What's up guys? Today Apple released iOS 14 Developer Beta 2 to the registered developers about 2 weeks after Beta 1. Alongside iOS 14 Beta 2, we got Beta 2 for iPadOS, we got watchOS 7 Beta 2, and macOS Big Sur Beta 2 as well. Today we're going to focus on Beta 2 on iOS, taking a look at some of the new features and changes, the battery life, and of course the performance, as well as when the public beta should be getting this update. So let's start with the update size. It came in at about 830 megabytes on my iPhone 11 Pro Max, coming from Beta 1. Of course, if you'll be coming from iOS 13 or something else like that, you will definitely have about 4 gigabytes as an update size, or even more. If we head over into settings, general, about section, we can see that we're running the build number 18A5319i. And the I at the end means that we will be seeing a lot more betas, which makes sense. If we head a little lower, we can see that the modem firmware went from 1.50.14 to 1.50.17. So if you had any connectivity issues, these should be very likely fixed in Beta 2. So what's new on iOS 14 Beta 2? So let's start with storage, because I heard many people have a lot of problems with the storage. So if I go on both devices, here running Beta 1, here running Beta 2, so Beta 2, Beta 1, we can see that here the system actually takes up 14.35 gigabytes and 3.65 in others, whereas now the system on Beta 2 takes only 12.48. So there is already a decrease in the amount of storage the update takes, which is really good considering that many people who had smaller devices, let's say 16 or 32 gigabyte storage, it would go really quickly, especially as you can see on this device, there's almost nothing and it takes 18 gigabytes just from the system. So that is quite a lot. So let's start with some of the new changes over here. So starting with the calendar icon, which has actually changed. As you can see, this is Beta 1 and this is Beta 2. As you can see, this one is bolder and has an abbreviated date. So here it would be Wednesday, here it's Wed. So that's a little change and it's bolder, it's easier to see, which is something really nice. The clock has changed a little bit as well. As you can see, the hands are a little bit thicker, if you can see it, so that's a little nice change as well. However, the main addition came again in the widgets. So I would want to start with the widget, the weather widget, because that is one that was always having a lot of problems in Beta 1. So as you can see, this is actually where I live. So this is the weather it should show me. And here it has the location, except it always reverts back to Cupertino. So now this little bug has been fixed. Now it takes your actual location weather and puts it into the widget, which is a nice little change. So if we go into the widgets, there are little changes when you go into wiggle mode. When you open this up, you will see that they are a little bit bigger than on this iPhone. So as you can see, the layout is a little bit different, the notes are a little bit different, and as you can see, even these are bigger than they were previously. Now we have two new widgets we can add, and that's the Fitness and the Files app. So you can do those and put them on the screen. However, the add buttons are also different. So if we do this, as you can see, it's yellow, whereas in the past it would be just this bluish, kind of not bold. So now it actually will take the color depending on what color the app is. So as you can see, podcast is purple. Then let's say we go to calendar, this is going to be red. And then the reminders will be blue, for example. So this will change as you choose the icons. Now the photo widget has a nice change. It has actually 3 new options instead of only having 2 of them in Beta 1. So here you could only choose 2 different. Now you have 1, 2, and 3. The reminders widget is also a little bit different. So if we find the reminders widget, so as you can see, it used to be this orangish color and now it went to the blue color, which is a nice little changed. Now if we head over onto the side, so the widget section from the home screen, right, the third-party widgets actually now align properly with the other widgets, so that's a nice little thing to have. So in the app library, when removing an app, it's not going to be called remove app anymore, it's going to be called delete app. So that's a little small change coming from beta 1. Now, when deleting an app from the home screen, so if I pull both of these up, you want to remove, as you can see, the menu is a little bit different. In the past, it would be add to library, whereas now it's remove from home screen, which makes a little bit more sense. So that's a nice little change here. Now in Safari, when pulling up the tracking report, it used to be called tracking report. Now it's actually called privacy report. But overall inside, nothing really changed, except in beta 1, you could not press trackers. Now we can actually go in them and see exactly all the trackers. So that's a nice little addition. This button works now. Another change is in wallpapers. So on beta 1, if you went to set a wallpaper, it would actually do a little bit of a weird thing. Now notice this, you have these just ginormous icons. Now actually in the settings app, if we head over into wallpaper, we can see that it actually pulls up the widgets as they should be instead of blowing up the different apps like this. So this is a nice little change as well. Now regarding performance and battery, so performance is definitely quite good and has been good throughout beta 1, and here it feels to be about the same. I have no problems whatsoever so far. Over the past few hours I've been using it, but beta 2 should definitely be more stable and perform a little better compared to beta 1. Battery life, however, was okay, but nothing really extraordinary on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. So if I just show you the battery section, let's load this up. As you can see, the battery life goes sometimes quickly depending on what you're doing, but I would not say there's a noticeable change coming from beta 1 so far. So I will let you know after using beta 2 for a little bit how it's different. Now, what about the iOS public beta? When should you be getting it? So I would say it will be probably next week. I'm really unsure when, maybe on the 14th or the 13th or so, you should be able to get that. Now, if you don't know how to, I will definitely make a video to show you how you can go and get the beta profile to get iOS 14. Well, if you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay notified when I release my next video. Also, if you missed my previous video, then please do click the card shown up there. Okay, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.